All right, hello. This is for Kayla and who else is absent today? Kayla and Mackenzie. Here we go. We're going to start with your composition books today. So go ahead and get those open. I'm going to put some notes together here, Emma. And if you need to pause this because I'm going too fast, go ahead and feel free to do that. We're going to talk about perimeter today, which is the distance around an object. And I'm going to put a bunch of different objects down here. Okay, so let's start with this one. And I have an object where there are four sides, and all four sides are an equal length, which is obviously going to be a square. If I want to figure out what the distance around the square is, I'm going to add all the sides together. But in this case, all the sides are exactly the same number, so what we could do is we could say 4 times s to get the perimeter for the square. Okay, here's the second one. Check this out, it's a little bit different. Again, I have an object that has 4 sides. All 4 sides are equal, but it's not a perfect square because the corners are just off a little bit, and that's actually called a rhombus. But you're going to get the perimeter the same way. You're going to add side plus side plus side plus side. But because all of the sides are the same, you can just go 4 times whatever the side is. Okay, let's take a look at 2 more polygons. How about this one? Not a square. Rectangle. And the thing that we know about rectangles is that these 2 sides are the same length. And these 2 sides are different, but they match. So we have these 2 are the same, these 2 are the same. So this is length and this is width. So we could say 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Or you could just add side plus side plus side plus side. And whether you do it this way or this way, you're still going to get the same answer. And now we're going to take a rectangle and we're going to put a little tilt on the rectangle. And it now becomes a parallelogram. But it acts just like a rectangle. So these 2 sides are still the same length. These 2 sides are still different, but these 2 are the same. So you can get it the same way again, 2L plus 2W, or you can just add all 4 sides. Feel free to pause this whenever you need to. All right, we're going to go down here and take a look at 3 more objects. Here's an easy one. Distance around a triangle, you're just going to add the 3 sides. Now, sometimes with a triangle, all 3 sides are the same length, but not always. Sometimes these 2 are the same and this one's different. So we really can't do like a formula like we did here just for a generic triangle. We can do it for certain kinds of triangles though. Guys, keep the noise down a little bit more. Here's the next one we're going to talk about. This is, see if you guys remember what this is called. Anybody remember? There's a trapezoid. Now the thing that's cool about a trapezoid is this. This side and this side are the same length. But the top and the bottom are different lengths. So let me give those 2 things a name. Okay? So we're going to call this base 1. And this is going to be base 2. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to add base 1 plus base 2. And then you're going to add 2 times whatever the side length is. Or you can just go this plus this plus this plus this. Okay? And we're going to change the page because we're going to do one more distance around. Okay? How about this? This is not a polygon. This is not a polygon because it doesn't have sides and angles. Obviously, it's a circle. And there's a center of the circle. Then there's a measurement over here, which is called the radius. The radius. So if you want to know the distance around the circle, it actually has a special name. It's not the perimeter of the circle. It's actually called the circumference of the circle. And to get the circumference, we're going to go, the circumference equals 2 times pi times r. So 2 times the radius, so 2 times whatever that is, times pi. And pi is this really funky decimal that relates specifically to circles. So it's spelled like this, pi. The symbol is 2 little straight lines and then this wavy, crazy thing on top. And the decimal, even though it's this long, it goes, actually it goes 26 digits. The whole entire decimal is 26 digits long. We're not going to do 26 digits, obviously. We're going to call it 3.141 and just leave it at that. So 3.141 is the decimal we're going to use for the purposes of this class to be able to answer those questions. So that's all I want to talk about right now in terms of your composition book. So you can close that. You need to open up your document in Kami. And when you get there, it looks like this. So if you want to pause the video until you find where you need to be, this is what we're going to work on today. So in this worksheet, there's actually several pages. We're going to spend about 3 days finishing this whole packet. So today we're going to make it very simple. We're going to start with just the perimeter questions. Find the perimeter of each shape. Okay? Notice that each of these has a label: centimeters, feet, meters, inches. We're going to add all the sides. So for a square where all the sides are the same, you could say 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. Or the way I'm going to do it is 4 times 7. And my answer is going to be 28 centimeters. So make sure you have labels on those. For this one, I've got 2 at 28.1 and 2 at 15.6. And I've got to add those together. So let's get a calculator ready. And I'm going to do 28.1 times 2. And now I'm going to do the second half. 15.6 times 2. And then I need to add those two together. Did I do that right? Let's see, 56.2 plus 31.2. 87.4 feet is the label for that one. Down here, we're going to add 5 plus 13 plus 12. 13 and 12 is 25 plus 5 more. There's my answer there. Now this one, we're going to add 25 times 2 plus 10.5 plus 28. So let's do that. 25 times 2 plus 10.5 plus 28. And there we go for that. So those are our practices. We're going to skip all of these things because this is all about area. We're going to get to that tomorrow. So I want you to skip through this. Keep going. Scroll down in your CAMI document until you see this page, which is Homework 1, Perimeter and Area. And again, we're only doing the perimeter part of this assignment today. So we're only going to find the perimeter. It says perimeter and area. We're only finding perimeter. So what I want you to notice is there are 2 boxes. You're going to only answer this box on these questions. There are 10 of them. So there's 1 through 8 on this page, and then 9 and 10 on this page. You can disregard the little dots because that has to do with area, which we're going to get to tomorrow. All you're doing is solving for perimeter. So for this one, for example, I have 13 and all 4 sides are 13. Okay, 13 times 4 is 52, and you must include the label to get full credit. Down here, see that little dot? You're going to ignore that because all we're doing is finding the perimeter all the way around. And you notice here all 4 sides have that 1 hash mark, which means all 4 sides are equal, and they're all 4 sides equal 10.7. Here's a parallelogram. Ignore that. These 2 sides are equal, these 2 sides are equal, and all you're doing is finding the perimeter and making sure you put in the label. Okay, go ahead and do 1 through 10 only, perimeter only, and you're going to turn those answers in on CAMI. And then tomorrow we're going to come back and we're going to do the second part of this, which is focusing on how to find area for each of those things. You guys have a great day. Anybody want to say goodbye? Bye. Bye. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.